Hey you guys, it's Sam, and welcome to the finale of the hashtag Disney Drawing Challenge 2017, hosted by myself, Crazy Comic Lady, and Barry Zem. Links in the description to their channels. I definitely recommend checking them out. If you haven't already, seriously, they are awesome. They've been doing such a great job so far, and you guys have been doing such a great job so far. It's just so awesome to see all of your guys' creative ideas and what you're doing and how you interpret the themes. And it's just been a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And if you haven't participated but you still want to, that's totally fine. I mean, this isn't like a set deadline to just do it in July. You can do it whenever you want. The theme list is in the description, so you're welcome to participate way later down the line. And if I haven't seen your works also, feel free to send me a message and let me know, and I'll definitely check them out. So this theme was stained glass, which was suggested by Barry Zem, and I had kind of like anxiety over this piece because I'd never done anything stained glass before. I never even thought or considered doing anything stained glass before, so this was a whole new experience for me. And if you want to see the sketching process for this piece or any other piece from the Disney Drawing Challenge, it's on my Patreon page. There'll be a link in the description. You can check that out there. And yeah, coloring this was much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I think in total, this piece from start to finish took about 6 hours, maybe a little bit more. And the coloring, just the coloring, was 4 hours, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I did not expect that. I thought like after I finished the line work, which I felt like it took forever, I was like, oh, the coloring is going to be a breeze. Like this will be no problem at all. But then the coloring took the longest time, and I was like, oh. But I learned a lot. Like, I was kind of stressed about starting and worrying about how things would look. But then as I got going and as I kept going, I'm like, okay, it's starting to look a little better. It's not 100% what I wanted. I'd say maybe it's like 60%. I think the line work looks okay. I was a little bit lazy at parts, whatever. But the coloring just kind of fell flat to me. It just didn't get off what I wanted to get off. Like something is just kind of lacking in it, and I'm not really sure what. It's just not, I guess, as bold or just as strong as I wanted to get across. But yeah, I'm new to stained glass, and watercolor, so both of these things combined aren't, the best. But it was a learning experience, and I did learn a lot. And I think if I were to do this again, there were definitely things that I would do differently, but I think the TLDR, I learned a lot from this piece. And yeah, I think what I should have done and what I didn't notice until way later into this piece was as I was coloring it, I noticed that I missed certain parts of the piece, like so the white of the paper was still showing through. And when that was near the edges of the black lines, then it kind of looked neat. Like there's this sort of neat effect to it. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I should have left that in there more often. So that's why I ended up coming in later with a white gel pen to kind of bring a little bit of that back. I used the, Uniball Signo, and I couldn't find my Sakura, so I didn't end up using that. But then I did end up later finding it and using it. It just wasn't as opaque as the Uniball. I have a review on my channel. Y'all can go check it out if you want. But yeah, just bringing back a little of the white highlights, I think, kind of helped. And I don't know, thinking back about it now, like I should have left some bits of white showing, and I think that would have had a cool effect to it. When trying to get that stained glass look with the color, what I mostly just ended up doing was doing different color, they're not squares, just shapes, the different color shapes. And I think that did help it, but I think had I had some more white from the start, it would have looked better. And had I actually had some more variation within each of the shapes themselves, it would have looked better. But so like instead of just one kind of blue, it would be like a couple different blues in one square with like, I don't know, just some more variation. And yeah, so I think a mix of just me never having done stained glass stuff before and being still really new with watercolor, there was a little bit of a struggle with that. And I also noticed that with any color that I mixed with white was like oddly more opaque. So there were a couple of instances and spots where I had to go over with the ink again. And I think just going over with the ink pen at the end, just in certain spots, made things look a little bit better. Just have that black really show through. I think I outlined a bit too thick and Teika, but whatever. No take backs. And yeah, I didn't really talk about the inspiration for this piece. I didn't use the random generator for this. I tried, but I couldn't, like, it didn't get a nice feeling for anything that I was getting. And I also didn't want to focus too much on this piece from the get-go because I knew it was going to be big and distracting and intimidating. So I decided to like just, you know, take each theme one at a time. And then once I get to this piece, then I can, you know, start conceptualizing. And I think I just ended up going with Moana, or Alex suggested Moana. I can't remember now. But so yeah, there's Moana, Teika, and Tafiti, and just, you know, Moana and holding, not holding, but like the heart of Tafiti is floating between her hands, and just kind of building up to stuff behind her. And I don't know how obvious it is, but the gray stuff behind her is supposed to be like the smoke from Teika, but I feel like I could have done that better. Oh well. But overall, I think it's an okay piece. I wish I had done a little bit better, but you know, what can you do? Oh, and I'm also using different paper than I normally use. This is the fancy watercolor paper. Ooh, Sam, what are you doing? Who is this person? Normally when I do watercolor pieces, I have used the Strathmore watercolor sketch paper, which I'm going to go ahead and say, do not use that if you're trying to do serious watercolor art. That paper is specifically for sketching. And but I use it because I'm lazy and cheap, and I feel intimidated by watercolor still, so I try not to use the fancy paper until like I get brave enough or want to do like a big enough piece. So yeah, that was that with this piece. This is the second time I'm using this paper. The first time was with the collaboration I did with Black Summer Coloring, which is on my channel. Feel free to check that out. And yeah, so this was the Winsor & Newton watercolor block. I forget the name of it, but I'll have the link in the description. And it's what I like about it is, one, is a watercolor block, because so that means that the paper is glued on all four sides except for like a little bit where you can like tear the paper out. But that may it's so nice because the paper doesn't fold and you don't have to like keep constantly flattening it while you're working, and you could just keep working, and that's nice. I'm just so used to working on the sketch paper, which is only glued on one side, and I have to like stop every once in a while, just like flip it over and put books on top and then give it like an hour and then start again. So this was nice. This is, I mean, from my second time using this paper, I like it. I don't know, I wish watercolor blocks weren't so expensive. I think that's the biggest downside. I think in the future, instead of just purchasing watercolor blocks, I'm just going to purchase nice watercolor paper and then make my own watercolor blocks. There's a bunch of tutorials and stuff on YouTube on DIY making your own books and stuff, and so I think I'll try going that route and see how that goes, because they're so expensive. It's so stupid, but they're so nice. It's just I wish they weren't so expensive. Anyway, here I am doing the white gel pen part, and you might notice something peculiar about the white gel pen I'm holding, which is the Uniball Signo. It's just I took it out of the pen because the ink wasn't flowing properly, so every once in a while I would have to blow into the back of it to get the ink going. And yeah, I wish I could combine both of these gel pens into like the ultimate white gel pen. So yeah, this is the end of the challenge. Like I said before, hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed all of my videos for it. If you missed any or you want to see last year's, feel free to check the playlist links in the description down below to both 2016 and this year's. And a big thank you to Crazy Comic Lady and Barry Zem for helping to host this challenge, and a big thank you, an even bigger thank you to everybody who participated, and just I hope you guys had fun. So I really hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!